Hello everyone, this is Main Street Digital Academy. I'm Tim and I'm here with my wife and business partner Anita, and we're back with part 3 of 22 important things to consider and know about before starting your CBD business. Today we're going to talk about the final 11 important subjects, namely the number of fragrances for your creams, balms, etc., MLMs, state, county, and city licensing, sales tax permits and certificates, the collection of and paying in what states, a CPA or bookkeeper, wholesale versus consignments, e-commerce websites, business software such as QuickBooks, design software, the equipment you're going to need, and shipping. So let's get right to it. If you purchase your CBD from a wholesaler, you'll probably have to accept whatever flavors they carry, which is usually 2 or 3. Same with white label companies, but there's a trick you can do to save yourself some money. If you get your tinctures without a label, you can order all your tinctures unflavored and then add your own flavors. So instead of buying 100 of each flavor, you can purchase 100 unflavored and have an unlimited number of flavors that you can add. Just be aware, if you do this, you must then reseal and accept all liability for the product. One of the greatest advantages you can have if you make your own tinctures is the ability to have an unlimited number of flavors. Right now we have 12, and I will be adding more in the near future. Large companies have to make thousands of bottles of tinctures for each flavor they have because they have to produce numbers to be able to scale and make a profit. And again, if they don't sell before they expire, they have to throw them away, and you will too. You won't have that problem if you make your own tinctures. You don't have to make hundreds or thousands to offer different flavors on your website. If you are in a store setting, you can make 1, 2, or 20 or more, whatever you want to do for your shelving displays. That is one of your great advantages. Start with 5 or 6 flavors and add from there as you grow. Don't expect your tinctures to taste just like the flavor you include in the tincture. The flavoring isn't meant to overpower the taste of the CBD or the carrier oil, but leave a better taste than the CBD or carrier oil itself. For more information on where to get your flavors, how much to use, and what kind to buy, you can go to our mainstreetdigital.com and select number 7, adding flavors to your tinctures. You can see the links below. Bottle and jar colors and type, the boxes, and the color. You want to choose your bottle and jar colors wisely. Check the manufacturers and wholesalers and see what colors they always have in stock. Don't be afraid to ask. As an example, decide what color bottles you will use for your tinctures: brown, blue, black, purple, or red. There may be other colors, but those are the easy ones to get from several wholesalers. Then what color your jars will be, and what type and what lid type. This will all make a difference branding your store or your business. Make a decision on what type of boxes you will use. You should always use boxes as it makes your products look professional. You can get printed boxes, as we said earlier, this doesn't really make any sense, or get plain ones and put great looking stickers on them. Plain boxes usually come in black, white, or craft. Number 12, the number of fragrances for creams and balms, etc. You should offer a variety of fragrances and essential oils with all your creams, balms, body butters, etc. Just like flavors, you have the ability to offer an unlimited number of fragrances if you make your own products. Again, most CBD wholesaler and white label companies will usually offer 2 or 3 different fragrances, but that is it, and you are stuck with their choices, not yours. Unless, of course, you purchase all your stock that uses fragrances as unfragranced and unlabeled and add your own. And that's a pain in the butt because you got to take the things out of the jar, add your fragrances, mix them, put them in the jar. You have to clean it up, and it's usually a mess. Now, we stock approximately 220 essential oils and fragrances. For more information where to get your fragrances, how much to use, and what kind to purchase, go to, again, mainstreetdigitalacademy.com to check the manufacturing hemp CBD products, the basics, and select number 9, learning the basics, mixing creams and lotions. Number 13, MLMs. If you've ever thought of joining a multi-level marketing business, get that out of your head right now and say goodbye to all the get-rich-quick schemes that get you nowhere and make you buy a lot of inventory and recruit others. And that is just to get started. You will never get anywhere with these schemes as you don't own your business. They will tell you you do, but they pay you commissions while keeping the majority of the profits for themselves. They have to, as they have to pay all those levels above you for each sale you make. The U.S. Federal Trade Commission states, quote, steer clear of multi-level marketing plans that pay commissions for recruiting new distributors. They're actually illegal pyramid schemes, unquote. Now, do.com states, quote, according to research at the FTC, a whopping 99% of recruited sellers lose money in an MLM venture. That means just 1% actually turn a profit, unquote. Believe me, starting a business is hard enough without those types of odds against you. Many MLM participants regard themselves as running their own business. However, this isn't really true because you run your own business. You need some degree of control over your business. They like to class themselves as small business owners, but they have no control over what merchandise to sell, how they advertise and market their business, or how much they charge. As a retailer or manufacturer, you'll have total control over your whole business. When to work, what products to sell or manufacture, what to advertise, what your costs are, who you will hire, and what you will charge. That is total control, and that is a business. Number 14, state, county, and city licensing. Each state, county, and city has its own business licensing requirements. But be aware, just because you become a C Corp, an S Corp, or an LLC, in most cases you are not exempt to also obtain a city, county, or state business license. Number 15, sales tax permits and certificates, collection and paying. What states? If you're in a state that has sales taxes, you must sign up to collect them. In most states, you would do that at the state level. You have to get a sales tax license or certificate to collect sales tax. Yes, you have to pay a fee to collect money for the state, county, and cities. If you have a store, the permit must be visible to the public. When you apply for a sales tax license, check to see if they have variable times when the tax must be reported and paid. Some states let you report and pay monthly, but some will let you pay every quarter if you have under a certain gross amount of sales or taxes. Now, there are 5 states without any sales tax: Alaska, Delaware, Montana, New Hampshire, and Oregon. All others have a sales tax. Now, the law recently changed with a Supreme Court ruling that allowed states to start collecting sales tax from e-commerce sales that have sales in their state. Most states don't make you collect or pay sales tax if you have less than $100,000 in sales in that state, but some states want everyone to collect all their sales taxes. In addition, if you have what they call nexus, meaning if you have any type of business presence in those states, you must collect sales tax on all sales for that state. Now, there are over 14,000 taxing jurisdictions in the states, and if you have nexus, you must collect for any of them in that state. Our best advice is to consult a CPA or sign up for one of the sales tax programs that exist if you do business out of state. Number 16, a CPA, accountant, or bookkeeper. Accountants and bookkeepers can help you keep track of your personal finances and provide help with your taxes. A CPA, a certified public accountant, is more expensive than hiring an accountant who is not certified. A bookkeeper who reviews your work quarterly can be less expensive than hiring a professional accountant. A bookkeeper records and classifies a company's daily financial transactions such as sales, payroll, payment of bills, etc. Their focus is on accurate record keeping and less focus on interpreting the data and the analytics. An accountant builds on the information that is provided to them by the bookkeeper and can give you analytics and financial advice. If you don't want to hire a bookkeeper and you have a basic knowledge of finances, you may want to purchase a bookkeeping program like QuickBooks or a similar program like that. There are a lot of them on the market, so do your research Otherwise, hire a bookkeeper, as you don't want to get stuck come tax time. It can get very expensive if you ever get an audit. I've always found it wise to hire a CPA to do all my tax returns. Number 17, wholesale or consignments. If you ever start manufacturing your own products, you'll want to wholesale them to other stores. That is a whole different instruction which we will address at a later date. But if you're just starting out on a CBD business, it is probably best to purchase your products wholesale, as we mentioned before. It will let you get an idea of what sells and what doesn't sell in your market. And believe me, all markets are not the same. It is possible in some situations to obtain your products on consignment, but I don't recommend it. It can be a bookkeeping nightmare. Believe me, I've done it. In addition, your profits are usually a lot less than purchasing wholesale, as you are not taking any risk. The supplier takes all the risk. On top of that, in many cases, you have to take what they give you, not necessarily what you want. Number 18, e-commerce platforms. There are many e-commerce platforms to choose from, and depending on who you ask, you'll get many different answers as to which one to use for small business. As I stated earlier, we used BigCommerce. I like it because they always have a number you can call for help, and they are very responsive. I don't really know about the others as I haven't tried them. But for a list for you to choose from, I looked up several different sites that rate the best e-commerce platforms and compiled a list for you. They're in no particular order. There's Shopify, BigCommerce, Wix e-commerce, Squarespace, WooCommerce. Now those are the ones that are listed on most of them as the best. If you do a web search, you can find many others. One thing I can advise you on, don't use any free or low-cost platforms, as it will drive you nuts, drive you crazy with problems, and getting them resolved will take a lot more time than they're worth. Number 19, business software. Before purchasing any business software like QuickBooks or even using any free business financial software, you should decide if you're going to hire a bookkeeper or even a CPA. The reason for this is you should use the same programs that they are using, or something compatible. You don't want to waste your money and time having to re-enter tons of data when you have to change software. Here are the names of a few of the more popular softwares being used: QuickBooks, Xero, FreshBooks, and Sage 50 Cloud. There are several free accounting softwares available, and I don't know if free software is worth the problems you may have, as I've always believed in you get what you pay for. Number 20, digital design. It pays in the long run to learn a digital design software. Sooner or later, you'll want to create business cards, posters, flyers, etc., and maybe labels. Unless you intend to hire a graphic designer for every little need, you should learn a design program. Now, we use Corel Draw graphic suite, and we have used it for about 20 years, so we're pretty comfortable with it. There are a lot of design software options on the market today. Some are free and some are very expensive. I've already mentioned Corel, and that is one of the high end of the cost spectrum. As of this writing, Corel Draw graphic suite is retailing for about $499, but you can get a subscription based for about $20 a month. Beware if you see the software being offered at a significantly lower price somewhere online, and it's not from the company making it. It may be a bootleg company, and you're going to waste your money. Here's a partial list of free and fee-based digital software. Be also aware that if you start with one software and want to transition to another, they may not be compatible, and you'll have to start all over. Your free programs are Canva. There's a pro plan available. GIMP, Inkscape, and Pixlr. The fee-based programs: Adobe Illustrator, Adobe InDesign, Adobe Photoshop, and Corel Draw graphic suite. These are just a few of the available options. If you do a web search, you'll find many others. A lot of the programs use similar features, but the icons and names of those icons may be different. Learning what each of their functions are will take some practice. Number 21, equipment. Just a word or two on equipment you may need. You will definitely need a computer, but if you intend on printing your own labels, I have a few words of advice. Get a laser printer or a printer that uses pigmented ink. Epson is the only printer that I know of that uses pigmented ink. Pigmented inks on glossy labels makes the best and brightest labels, as the ink sits on top of the paper and is considered a 99-year ink. Dye ink, which is all the other brands, sinks into the paper and doesn't pop as well. It will make a difference on your products sitting on a store shelf. If you're going to manufacture your own line of CBD products, please go to our website below and click on the supplies needed. And finally, number 22, shipping. This is going to be with USPS, UPS, and FedEx. Even though shipping hemp CBD is legal, you still have to obey certain rules or you may get in some trouble. To ship a liquid through the mail, you must adhere to certain restrictions. If you are shipping a tincture or liquid soap or anything that is liquid, it must be in a plastic bag inside your package. If anything ever leaks and you didn't adhere to this, you'll have some trouble. UPS and FedEx generally don't require this, but it's still a good practice. Look at using a shipping and mailing service like Indicia, which we use. There are others, just look online. It's owned by the post office, but it gives you really decent discounts for weighing and printing out your shipping labels ahead of time. When you take it into the post office, all they do is scan the barcode, the tracking number, and give you a receipt. If you don't have time to stand in line, most of the time they'll let you just drop it off. You will always have a tracking number you can look up on Indicia. It will definitely save you some time and money. And Indicia also has good discounts with UPS. So set up an account with UPS and FedEx to save money on larger shipments. Well, that wraps up our instruction on starting your CBD business. I hope we have helped you and given you insight on many things you need to think about before starting your business. Thank you for watching part 3. Be sure and click on the like and subscribe button to be notified when more of our CBD classes become available. We wish you the best in starting a CBD business. If you'd like a free written transcript of this lesson, please click the link below. Be sure to tell your friends and family who use CBD about us. They'll be extremely glad you did. If you have any questions, email us at the address below or leave a comment below and we'll answer you. Also tell us what you'd like to learn next. Now, we really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Thank you and have a great day.